So the first story, I told Snegurucha was a little bit on the dark side. Russia is a really cold place to be in winter. They're not happy. They want to kill everything that has to do with snow, so they kill the Snow Maiden. Okay, fine. I get it. Now what I'm going to do in the second set, we're going to bring back the last candle, and we're going to tell the Snow Maiden again. Slightly differently. With some light in it. I hope you paid attention to the first one, because anything I said the first time, I'm just glossing over. I'm kidding. All right. Once, there was an old man and an old woman who bemoaned the fact that they had never had a child. The old woman often said, "If only we had a little girl with which to grow old." And the man would tell her, "Do not worry. We have each other. We will keep each other warm in the cold nights of winter." One day, the old man was shoveling his sidewalk after a particularly bad snowstorm. Now, if you haven't clued in that we're not into the old times again, you're not paying attention. We're modernizing. Come with me. He was shoveling his sidewalk and the driveway, and he was tired. And his wife came home late from work. Buses had been a nightmare. When she got there, said, "Oh, you look so tired. If only we had children, they would shovel for us." Why did no one tell us this is why they have children? And the old man looked at her and he said, Why don't we amuse ourselves a little bit right now and make a little girl? And she looked at us and said, "Honey, not here, neighbors, see, cold. What's wrong with you?" I said, No, nothing like that. We're going to have some fun, and we're just going to make a little Snow Maiden. It'll be something different, and we'll get some fresh air, not that I haven't already, but you've been in a bus a lot, sweetheart. Why don't we do this together? And so they started making a Snow Maiden. They gathered some snow into snowballs and they rolled them together. And they fashioned her very carefully. It was dark by then, and only the light from the porch showed them the features they had managed to craft on their little daughter made of snow. They stood back then, and they looked at her, and they felt warm in their hearts. And they wished so hard that they could have this daughter, that suddenly her skin lit up, and her eyes twinkled like stars. And the most fabulous of Christian Dior clothes just popped up over her. And a Louis Vuitton purse. Very gorgeous. And the breath of life parted her lips. And they stood there stunned. No movie had prepared them for this. No. "Do not be frightened, father, mother. I have come to be your daughter, and I will be good to you as you grow older." Now the man and the wife looked at each other and they smiled. And then they quickly took the little Snow Maiden, Sneguruchka, and brought her into the house before the neighbors could see, and they became a Fox TV special. Nobody wants to be a Fox TV special, not even fairy tales. Sneguruchka was an amazing daughter. She helped clean the house. She loaded the dishwasher after every meal. She used the steam mop, and when the steam mop broke, she would take out the bucket and build mop. That's dedication. And they loved their daughter so very much. But they grew concerned, for she never left the house. And they wanted to encourage her to meet other youths her age. But she did not want to. And a month passed, and 2 months, And finally, the mother said, no, you have to meet youths your age. Otherwise, you will only know us old people. And that's not right. You're a beautiful, vibrant young woman. You clean those floors like nobody's business. You need to live. And so the parents took their daughter to where all of the youths gather on Facebook. They created an account with her. And then they did a local search to find all of the youths in the area. And she friended, the first girl she friended, I have to admit, she friended because she was so beautiful. She had high arched eyebrows, dark hair like raven night, beautiful olive skin. Her name was Kupava. And as soon as Sneguruchka had friend requested her, she accepted, and to welcome her, she friend suggested her to all of her friends on Facebook. Suddenly, Sneguruchka had friends again, and her wall feed grew every day. There were LOLs, and there were LMAOs, and ROFLs, and life was grand. And then one day, on her news feed, she saw that one of her friends, a cute boy named Lel, had lost a sheep in Farmville. Concerned, she commented on it right away to give him her sympathies and to offer her aid. And so she joined Farmville. And they grew many fine crops together. It went so well, their friendship, that he even asked to meet her in person. We're moving on, my friends. They went on a few dates. Sometimes they would go to movies, but they sort of bored Sneguruchka. And so he went for walks with her. And they would walk by the frozen river when the moon was high and the ice was shining just perfectly. And he would strum his guitar for her badly. It was cold.
Oh.
But he did it. She loved it. Now, in the meantime, Kupava's relationship status changed. Yeah, those are my favorite feeds. Suddenly, she was in a relationship with a man named Mizgir. Mizgir became all of Kupava's friends, and Sneguruchka accepted his friend request. And Kupava's status updates were so loving. There were a lot of lols. So many lols. There were talk of jewels and fire and rock stars and parties and drunken nights. And Kupava was happy. She sent little heart requests to all of her friends to show how happy she was, in fact. And Sneguruchka was happy to take them. One night, when on a date with Lel, he convinced her to let him take her picture. Because her little Facebook face was still a little question mark. And all of the kids at school were wondering how this girl had managed to escape going to school and what she looked like. And Mel was proud of her. They weren't officially in a relationship. I mean, sure, they dated. But on Facebook, they were still single. Does that count for? And so, after some goading and some strumming and some whining, she let him do it. And he took her picture, and the flash was just right in the dark night, and it caught her high cheekbones, and her hair was like fairy feathers. Beautiful. He helped her post it on Facebook.